Good morning, all. Today we are going to read the poem Bangle Sellers, written by Sarojini Naidu. So basically, this poem, The Bangle Sellers, is about the life of an Indian woman. It describes the life of an Indian woman, about the culture, about the custom and traditions that they partake in. So in this poem, The Bangle Sellers, the narrator is a bangle seller, and he talks about the various kinds of bangles that he carries and about the women of different age groups who buy them. And he has beautifully presented the Indian culture through different shades of the bangles. Okay, so the first stanza is: Bangle sellers are we who bear our shining loads to the temple fair, who will buy these delicate, bright, rainbow-tinted circles of light, lustrous tokens of radiant lives for happy daughters and happy wives. Now, some word meanings are there, like the shining loads. It is denoted. Shining load refers to the bangles. Then you have fair, temple fair. The word fair, it is the you can give the word meaning as an event where people gather to sell their products. Okay, gathered to sell their products. Then you have a rainbow tinted, as it has been mentioned on the footnote of the page. Tinted means slightly colored. So rainbow tinted, multicolored, you can say. Rainbow has 7 colors, so you can write as multicolored. Okay, lustrous, bright and shining, and radiant, delightful, happy. So the first stanza states that a group of bangle sellers are on their way to a temple fair where they expect to get enough customers for their bangles. They shout, they cry, and call the customers to buy their shining loads. Shining loads, the bangles, which they describe as delicate. It will be, as bangles are made of glasses. So delicate, bright and multicolored bangles. And they also refer these bangles as symbols of delight, symbols of happiness for daughters and wives of people. In this stanza, the poetess has highlighted the deep-rooted Indian tradition and has also highlighted the spiritual and symbolic importance of the bangles that these bangle sellers carry. Okay. Bangles, you can say, are bought on special occasions and are associated with happiness and prosperity. So there is you can say, a very special significance of bangles in the life of Indian people, especially women. Okay. So now the second stanza. Some are fit for a maiden's wrist, silver and blue as the mountain mist. Some are flushed like the birds that dream on the tranquil brow of a woodland stream. Some are aglow with the bloom that cleaves to the limpid glory of newborn leaves. Now maiden. Maiden means an unmarried girl or a woman. Mist here means thin fog. Then you have flushed. Flushed means pink or light red color. fresh color. Okay. Then you have tranquil, very calm, peaceful, quiet. Brow, slope. Brow means slope. Woodland, a small forest. Aglow, shining. Okay. Cleaves means to stick, something that sticks. Limpid, very clear and transparent. Glory means the quality of being beautiful. Glory, quality of being beautiful. So in the second stanza, the bangle seller gives a vivid picture of the colors of the bangle which will suit a maiden, which will suit in the hands of a unmarried woman or a girl. He describes the beauty of the bangle through the imagery of lush greenery and blooming flowers. He compares the mountains covered with mist with the blue and silver bangles, and some colors are like the rosy buds that are growing on the top of a plant along a stream in a forest. Okay, a small forest, woodland. And some bangles shine like the clear dewdrops on the baby leaves. When early in the morning, especially in the winter season, we'll find small drops of dew early in the morning. We can see that. So these some of the bangles are compared with the shining dewdrops on the baby leaves. So the second stanza is basically related to the various colors of bangles which will suit in the hands of an unmarried girl or a woman. Okay, now comes the third stanza. Some are like fields of sunlit corn, meet for a bride on her bridal morn. Some like the flame of a marriage fire, or rich with the hue of her heart's desire. Tinkling, luminous, tender and clear, like her bridal laughter and bridal tear. Now the word meanings for this stanza: sunlit, lighted with sun rays. Bridal morn, the wedding morning. Flame of a marriage fire, the orangish red color that comes out when the fire is set. Then we have hue, which means a particular shade of a color. Tinkling, making sound, ringing sound. Luminous, shining or bright. Tender, soft and delicate. So in this particular stanza, the poet explains that some of the bangles that he is selling are yellow in color, like the cornfield. Okay, the cornfields that are brightened by the sun rays. Early in the morning, when the sun rays falls on the cornfields, they shine in bright yellow color. So he has compared some of the colors of the bangle with the yellow color of the cornfield, which are fit to be worn by a bride on her wedding morning. Bridal morn, the wedding morning, the day on which the wedding has to take place. That particular day, the morning of that particular day is called as the wedding morning. Some bangles are orangish red in color, which has been compared with the shade of the wedding holy fire. the fire around which the bride and the groom take the vows during their marriage. So that holy fire, the color of that holy fire, that orangish red color, has been compared with the color of the bangles. And then the other deep red in color, expressing expressing the passion of her heart, means they tinkle along when the bride moves. So the bride laughs happily as she is getting married, and she is happy for the new life that she is going to enter, that she is going to live. But she is also crying because she has to leave her parental side. She has to leave the home which she had been living in for these many years after she was born. So the sadness and the happiness, okay, so both go together here. So the emotional feeling of a bride and the various transitions that take place in her life from being a maiden to a wife has been compared with the colors of the bangle in the third stanza. Hope this stanza is clear. Now the fourth and the last stanza. Some are purple and gold-flecked grey, for she who has journeyed through life midway, whose hands have cherished, whose love has blessed, and cradled fair sons on her faithful breast, who serves her household in fruitful pride, and worships the gods at her husband's side. Now, gold-flecked, flecked here means dotted, cherished, to care tenderly, blessed, honored in worshipped, and cradled, to hold gently. In this last stanza, the poetess talks about the phase of a woman's life when from a maiden turned bride, means from an unmarried woman she had turned into a wife, and now she has become a proud mother and a responsible wife who is full of experience and wisdom. So these are the middle-aged women who have successfully reached the midway of their lives and are now reaping the rewards of the efforts that they have made throughout their journey of from a wife to a mother, a responsible you can say from a daughter to a wife and then to a mother. So a quite long journey that they have covered, and the experiences that they have gained in this particular journey of theirs. So the bangles of these women are purple and grey, which are dotted with golden color, and this particular color symbolizes the maturity, the experiences that they have gained. They have brought up their children with utmost love and care and have fulfilled all their duties, household duties, as a wife, as a mother, as a daughter-in-law, in various forms of their relationships, and have with honor they have sat beside their husbands during the religious ceremonies, being faithful and devoted to their husband and the family. So we can see that in this particular poem, the different shades of the bangles which the bangle sellers sell has been compared with the different stages of life, with the different stages that comes in the life of a woman. So I think the explanation might be of great help to you, and thank you.